yes, remember, you began moving through the splitting prism December 21st, 2012. So it's not that it's already occurred and is finished. It is ongoing. It started then. It will continue until about 2050, 2060. So this is occurring. Yes, you are all fractaling into your own specific self-created timelines. Before the splitting prism, it was as if your collective experienced in a stronger way the illusion of all sharing the same reality, of all being on the same planet. But once you move through that splitting prism, you begin to fractal into your own version of Earth, your own unique timeline, where ultimately we're not exaggerating in the slightest. What you say goes. That's the law of your world. What you say goes. Abracadabra. I create as I speak. That is the law of all of your timelines that you are creating. And yes, many people in your lives, you are summoning forth parallel versions of them that in many ways resonate with what you call the soul level, the spirit level, the oversoul level. And this is why many of you are experiencing your relationships becoming more harmonious. Now, some of them might still be a little rigid. They might still be abundant with tension, but that's because the karma connected to those denser relationships is perhaps a little bit more amplified because there's more for you to learn. You learn and you grow through challenge. So if you still experience negative contrast in your relationships, don't fret. It doesn't mean something's wrong. It just means more creativity, more tenderness, and more intelligence is needed in the navigation of those relationships so you can learn what you need to learn and either transform the relationships into something higher or completely move on. That is our suggestion. Those that are unwilling to change, that seem to only want to pull you down, that seem to only want to take energy or burden you with their egoic creations, you can let those relationships go. You don't have to be cold and cut people out, but don't feed them energy. If it's not benefiting you, if it's not teaching you, if it's not enriching you, you can change the channel. Remember, if you're watching something on TV and it's just a bunch of infomercials on the channel you're watching that really have nothing to do with what you wish to purchase, why would you keep that channel on? Be empowered, pick up the remote, and change the channel to something you'd like. And what we're saying here is use that creative intelligence to either transform those relationships of tension or simply let them go and let that person evolve on their own. And who knows, they might get what they need as a spiritual being, and then they may come back into your life and they may play that role of blessing in your life. So remember, people change, and sometimes people change through space and distance faster than attempting to directly intervene in the relationship. So use your creativity. The splitting prism will continue. It will intensify. And just because it's intensified, that doesn't mean it will become somehow turbulent. The intensification really is an amplification, which means the signature frequency that you're emanating when you're aligned with it, that is, becomes stronger. Therefore, the manifestations become quicker. The reflections become more specific. And it will get to a point where by 2050, what you spend your time thinking about will start to happen quickly. It'll be like you're in a living dream because this is paralleling your species' ascent into fourth density. That's the point of the splitting prism, to bring you all fully into fourth density so you can be like us, more quasi-physical in nature. You won't be as quasi-physical as us because, of course, you're rooted in a solid physical reality, but you'll experience that in greater ways. So to really simplify what that means, what does it mean to be quasi-physical? At a minimum, it means you are just as aware of your energy body as you are your physical body. And through that holding of both physical and non-physical together, the physicality becomes gradually transformed over time. So your physical body becomes more of an energy body. So you're going to all have a lot of fun. Enjoy the ride. Of course, make sure to buckle up. Keep your hands and legs inside the vehicle at all times, as you say. You'll be fine. Just keep practicing what you preach. Keep walking your walk. Don't just talk the talk. Do it. Do what thou will shall be the whole of the law, as was said by your Crowley, one of your more recent prophets on earth. So, what you say goes, abracadabra, and so it is.